Scroll and Sword, welcome back. We just read 1 Timothy 4 through 6, and I want to look at a specific passage in chapter 4. You probably know the one I'm talking about. The one where Paul called religious rules against marriage and food demonic. And you probably know what I'm talking about. If not, did you know that the Apostle Paul called religious rules about marriage and food demonic? He warns that some people would forbid marriage and demand abstinence from certain foods. Then he calls those ideas teachings of demons. And that sounds extreme because the rules themselves, they look spiritual, but because they were strict and disciplined and even self-sacrificial. But Paul says that they denied the goodness of what God created. The issue, it wasn't choosing singleness or fasting or limiting certain foods for a season. Paul practiced self-discipline himself. The problem was turning personal restriction into proof of spiritual holiness and treating God's gifts as if they were spiritually contaminated themselves. Think about if you had a gift for a friend or loved one and you tried to give it to them and they denied it and they rejected it and they did not refuse the gift, but then they turned around, then they bragged that rejecting your gift made them closer to you, more loyal to you, loved you more. That's crazy. False teaching, it doesn't always tempt people to indulge every desire. Sometimes it convinces them that punishing the body automatically purifies the soul. And these ideas were already floating around in the ancient world. And Paul confronted the belief that avoiding marriage or food made someone spiritually elite. Not everything strict is holy, and not everything enjoyable is sinful. So stop measuring spiritual maturity by how miserable somebody looks or feels. Receive God's gifts with gratitude. Practice discipline without making your discipline everybody else's doctrine. And ask whether your convictions produce humility or thanksgiving or pride and suspicion towards people who live differently than you. Holiness does not require calling evil what God created good. Love y'all. See you in the discussion room.